Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Everquest Old School. And tonight I am joined by some very good friends. We have Veldith with us tonight,
What's going on, YouTube? TK here.
and we also have Chupa with us.
Hello.
And we are over in Rathe Mountains, and we have a special mob here that ZK just pulled for us. You want to tell them a little bit about it?
It's for the Bard Epic quest. Oh crap! You got two hill giants. Oh boy.
Oh, hello. I'm efficient.
I'm gonna root this named. I'm gonna get on the giants.
Oh wait, let me.
Fearing that one.
Okay, so one's rooted. One's rooted.
Cool. That's the one that I just feared. Good.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Let's see if I can get close to ZK.
This one is darkness, and I'm gonna fear you too. Come here, buddy.
Guys are all spread out.
I'm gonna start slowing them.
All right, this one's feared. I'm on this one right here. Where did Blackwing, whatever his name is, go?
Blackwing's still there. He's rooted.
Okay, good. Yeah, keep him rooted for right now, I guess.
And this is
he ate my pet.
Oh yeah, I mean come on, Shadow Knight pet guy.
I should have brought the monk.
Nah, you're doing fine. I mean, yeah, the DPS is a little bit lower because you don't have your monk, but to be honest, I feel safer with the Shadow Knight, man. Shadow Knight's
everything's slowed, man.
Oh, good deal, man. Thank you.
So this Blackwing guy you were talking about, he is for the monk, or no, you said the Bard Epic, or Bard Epic, right?
Yeah, Bard Epic. He's definitely for the
Hill
Bard
Giant
Epic.
is free.
Yep,
Yeah,
go ahead and root him when you get a chance, please, sir.
I'm rooting the Blackwing.
That's what I was trying to root, but he went around that little hill. I'm going ahead and trying to root the Hill Giant.
I'm rooting
He's
the
rooted.
back. Yeah,
He's rooted.
Moving this guy. Ah, good comms, good comms.
Good job, guys, so far. I'm
Yeah.
gonna start throwing dots on him.
Now, I remember trying to do this back in the day where you had to type everything and there were no, hot buttons. So anytime you wanted to type root, you had to actually physically type root into your chat bar.
Yep.
I remember.
Free again.
Yeah, I remember. It would be kind of interesting to see.
I'm at 13% mana.
All
right, we're good.
I'm still at 63, so. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see just how, panicky somebody was, and just how many misspelled letters there were in the words that people were typing. Oh, there we go. Let me go ahead and root him. Yeah, the worse the situation got, the more misspellings you would see. There he goes. He's rooted.
Do you still have clarity?
Yep, I sure do.
What about you, Chupa?
Oh, that broke.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Let me get you a heal, and then I'll try rooting him up. Oh, yeah, there he is. Still at 47%. All right, back it up.
Oh, stun. Jeez.
Jeez, yeah, those guys hit hard. Oh, he's going after ZK.
I'm gonna make him a little angry towards me. Come here.
Let's see if I can go over there and catch up to you. Wow, Blackwing has stayed. Oh, the other one's running?
He's not. Get back here.
Where are you at, ZK?
Slow us off.
All right, I'm healing you.
Off the first giant.
All right, just Draxus. Let me see if I can get to you.
First giant's running. If somebody could knock him with something, if they have enough mana for it.
I'm healing you right now.
I've got enough for a dot on him, but that's it.
All right, this next one, I'm gonna fear kite him. Hopefully,
Yeah.
it'll save a little bit.
Yeah,
Right,
that would be nice. I'm down to 22.
Right, switch.
There we go,
2% now.
7%. And this is the most action we've really seen all night, guys. It just happened to have several mobs spawn at the same time. There's a lot of people in this zone, so we didn't really want to risk letting them stay there for long because somebody would have picked them up if we had waited too long on that one.
Right.
Get him! Get him!
I don't think I got experience out of that. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. I was going to say, I didn't see it pop up on my bar. Yeah, and clarity is down as well when you get a chance, but don't worry about it because the fight's almost over.
Don't worry right now. Yeah, Blackwing's a good boy.
Yeah, he sure is, isn't he? I mean, that guy is just beautiful over there with that root.
So proud of that boy.
Oh, we jinxed it. Okay.
Spoke too soon.
Yeah,
it
let's
probably
try
just wore off, like naturally wore off though. It wasn't like it broke.
Oh, and he resisted. Okay, well, he resisted my root.
Oh, let me darkness.
He heard us talking about him, and he's like, "Oh, wait. Am I supposed to be fighting? Is that what's going on here?"
Oh, that was my bad. Hang on. Let me do one more thing. Free to root.
All right, he's rooted. Nope, it broke.
He's got darkness on him, though, so he's slowed down a little bit.
There we go. I don't know why I'm walking so slow. I'm not overweight, am I?
Say, are you encumbered?
Again? Seriously? I barely picked anything up. All I got is toes. How heavy are toes?
They're not heavy. I think they're only 1 pound.
1.5 pounds. Okay, well that might have put me over the edge. I got like 15 of them, so. Oh wow, you're really running that guy off. Watch out for that Cyclops up there at the top.
Oh, if I get the Cyclops, I'll just flop. Let me pull him back.
Just so I can heal you again, because, you know, my guy.
Oh, I'm good on it.
He's slow. No, I got you. I got enough power for it. Well, I did before I fizzled. Darn fizzles. I was just saying this the other day when we were playing. I kind of remember this being a thing, but you guys will have to let me know. Do you remember once you got to a certain level, like in the 30s, that fizzles just became outrageous? Like it just started happening a lot more than it did the previous 30 levels?
Yeah,
Specific levels. Yeah, they call them critical fizzle levels or something like that. Like,
You're right.
It was notorious for it. Yeah.
I think I'm in one because like all the time my spells fizzles. Yet again another fizzle right there, and because I'm using a big spell, my fizzles take like 5% of my power. Like it's ridiculous how much power these things are taking.
Chupa fizzles on ports lately, and they are expensive.
Yeah, my ports. I mean, what does that take for you? 40%?
It's 300. No, not 40%. It's 300 mana per port.
Wow.
But still, fizzle. I was like, oh, ZK.
Oh, ZK, I'm already healing Draxus.
Hang on.
I have 1%. I don't have any power to heal you. Get out of there. Get out of there.
Got him. Good.
Give me a second to recoup some.
And that's
he backstabbed the crap out of me.
Oh, he's special.
Yeah, don't turn your back to this guy, apparently. Jeez, yeah, you went down fast, but then you're an enchanter. That kind of is just part of the job right there. You're gonna go down fast.
Well, I was sitting behind him, so I didn't even see the root wear off miss, and he just backstabbed me.
How much did he hit you for?
A lot.
Well, for him.
It's like those goblins in Soul A.
Yeah.
That,
oh, 80.
One night I was pulling with Draxus. I got backstabbed twice, and it hurt.
Oh, jeez, another fizzle.
This one died. I think this one's mine, right?
I think you and ZK, right? Because I looted one just a minute ago.
2 plat. Man, these cheapos.
They're all so cheap tonight.
Well, ZK's got some fine steel on there for him.
There we go. No fizzles.
Let's do a little recouping.
38 flat? Oh, finally.
I don't like you.
Blackwing. Okay, so this guy drops a Onyx Drake Gut. Is that an item worth looting, or just kind of leave it there to rot?
I think that's the bard item.
Yeah, that's the bard item.
But you can't master loot it for somebody, or master trade or whatever, imqueuable?
I don't know. You'd have to...
And we're gonna chill for a minute, guys, to get our power to go back up, and hopefully I can get clarity at some point down here in the future. But announce it, OOC. Yeah, if you guys want to, let people know about it.
Definitely, yeah. Our location is 868 by 191.
Because I bet you somebody out here is just kind of with this many people in the zone. You know, you could definitely have an alt just kind of parked here in the background, and that kind of sucks that Dark Dragon's not here with us, because he was going to try to bring his bard with him, and that would have been perfect for him right there.
Yeah, I'm guessing he lost connection altogether, because he went link dead in the tunnel and hasn't come back yet. He's not even in Skype anymore either.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, it happens. It's an online game. You'll see that in raids too, and man, it sucks when it's it sucks when it's anybody, because you know they're all your friends and you're hanging out with them. But if it happens to be your main tank, you know, sometimes you don't have somebody who's able to like take his place. And
tank, healer.
Yeah, and then that's pretty much the end of the raid. Like everything goes downhill from there if people try pushing it. But you'll have really smart raids, I think is the way to put it, that are just like, no, we've done that before. We're just gonna go ahead and call it here. We'll go someplace else that's a little bit easier because it's not worth it without that key person in there.
Right.
But you guys have been doing a lot of raiding lately, right?
I have not. I've been camping specific items that I've needed for quests or long-term upgrades.
And how's that been going for you?
I lucked out, man. It took me forever though. Like this, I'm gonna link it so you can show the folks. This is the first one that I was focusing on for the Shadow Knight, and I needed a key down in the jail area of Draga. It took me 7 days to get it.
Wow, 7 days of doing what, like 5 hours?
Yeah, 5 hours minimum each day.
And was it camped a lot, or was it pretty
No.
much open anytime you went down there?
It was open all but one day, and that day that it wasn't open, the guy got it in 2 hours.
Oh my god, I hate when you hear that crap. And you're like, I've been camping that for a week. I take a break, I go to sleep. You come back and somebody's like, yeah, I got it in 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, why don't I just slap you right now?
I mean, I can't complain. People camp the AC in Ocean of Tears for hours on end without ever getting anything, multiple times. I've had it before where I literally logged on and he was standing there and nobody was there. So I got J Boots within 5 seconds.
Oh my god,
I
that
had
would
the
be
item
nice.
for J Boots.
That would be
So
nice.
Yeah, that was on my mage. I was like, I'm glad I checked before I went to work.
The only thing I've ever gotten like that would be Haddon's earring for the fishbone earring.
Oh, yeah, very nice.
And that's because once you know what his timer is, I think it's like 12 hours and what was it, like 12 minutes or 47 minutes or so. It's something weird on his
Right.
timer. And you have to know when he was killed last. And so you have to sit there basically for 24 hours or 12 hours just watching when that person who knows what his timer is camps in, kills him real quick, and then camps back out. So you got to have like the TV on in the background or something and figure out what his spawn timer is. And I figured out what it was finally, and I would log in on a character there. I think it was my Shadow Knight. I have him parked there, and I would log in at the same time every day that I needed to. And I just happened to log in one day. There he was. I killed him, and he had the earring on him. And those things were selling at the time for about 2 to 3K. I don't know what they sell on this server.
I think it's about the same, about 3K.
Oh, okay, and they're just great to have. They're really, really nice. I mean, you go to zones like Kedge Keep, you can have a spell for Enduring Breath, but if you get dispelled, you may not have enough time, or you may not even have it mimed for you to cast that spell again before you start drowning, especially if the entire
Right.
group gets dispelled at the same time. You got to cast it on all of them, and yeah, it's just better if you have an item on you that cannot be dispelled. You just have Enduring Breath, period, and you're done with it. The same thing
Right.
for the plane of fear, or not the plane of fear, the plane of air. If you're up there and you don't have something that, like the Pegasus cloak, that gives you that levitate naturally just by wearing it. You used to hear about people, where did this drop you? Was it Freeport?
Yeah, it drops you outside of the docks at Freeport.
And then you die because you fall from like a gazillion feet up in the air.
You splash in the water.
Oh, do you?
Yep, you splash in the water.
Oh, okay. I thought I remember people
And-
dying in there.
They will die if they're jumping off and they don't look for clearance beforehand. Look before you leap.
Oh, okay.
And what they'll do is they'll either clip an island or clip a chain. The chains that link the islands.
Right.
They'll clip those and they'll die on those versus actually clearing them and making it to the water below.
But it's a cool zone. I mean, I never actually got to go to the plane of air. I've seen videos of it, I've seen pictures of it, but I've never actually been into the plane of air. For some reason, the guilds, they never really seemed interested in there. Is there not really that great of a loot up there, or is it just a really, really hard zone?
It's difficult to traverse because of the fact that the keys, they're temporary keys. So you have to corpse your keys up there unless you want to get your keys all over again the next time you go up.
That
So
seems...
it's just difficult.
So it's
It
just a
really
lot of
is.
work.
It is, yeah.
So that's probably why people just avoided it back in the day then.
There are some great items that drop in there. It's the plane of air. The main thing about plane of air is a lot of the stuff up there is quest items. The different tests that happen for each class in there, like the monk belt is probably one of the best items in the game for a monk. It's just very long process to get all the items.
But see, I like that. I mean, it does when you first look at a quest like that, especially any of those epic quests. You look at what it takes for it, and you're like, "Holy crap!" You're on like the 47th page, and you're like, "I'm only halfway through it. This is ridiculous, right?" But if you look at other games that seem to be like, "Okay, here's your ultimate quest. Go talk to this guy, deliver a piece of food, and then you're done."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too simple. Like, I'm done with the game. I have nothing left. Whereas this one, you may never finish that quest, but at least you always have something to strive for when you log on because it is still there for you. It keeps you
Yeah.
challenged.
Like the Shadow Knight epic on this server is starting to get a little better now, because the revamps of fear and such. So the what's it called? Soul Defiler, I believe is what it's called. Um, you don't have to kill Kazakh anymore. It drops off to lower level generals, basically.
Okay, that's actually pretty nice. I mean, it's hard to say on those. I do like how they start off those quests a lot harder, and then as time goes on, they make them a little bit easier for everybody else.
More attainable, yeah.
Because you
And
gotta go ahead.
ZK mentioned there that it's the golems now have Kazakh's, not his complete old loot table, but the majority of his items.
Yeah, yeah, because it just comes down to the fact if you make it too hard in the sense that only one mob drops that and he only drops it like 5% of the time, that's cool because it gives people that status symbol when it first comes out. Okay, these guilds are competing for that item because it makes you better. But then after like 2 or 3 years of the game being out and all the top guilds have it, and it's not really the best item anymore, all the other people still want to get that item, but they can't because it only spawns, once every week, and only 5% of the time does it drop. So
Yeah.
you're just never going to be able to get your epic, even if you have the skill to get it. So in that sense, it's nice that they open it up to more people because at that point, it's no longer the best weapon in the game anyways, but it's still something that everybody wants to get, and they have earned it. They definitely aren't just tossing them out willy-nilly and just being like, okay, here's your epic, here's a piece of candy while you're at it as well. You're still going through the motions and you're still having to work for it. It's just a little bit easier for more people down the road to get. So I'm okay with that. If you make it too easy, I think is where you go wrong.
True.
But what do you guys think is the worst epic to get as far as the most difficult out of the whole game?
I still think Necro is really, really freaking hard.
Well, you have to make that one hard. Necros are overpowered.
Okay, ZK's Necro's easy. I don't know. Enchanter is difficult, yes. Personal experience. I'm not biased here, Mage.
Right.
And then I'm not even trying to go after the hardest piece, man. That quest is starting to make me upset.
The mage one?
Yeah, it's just RNG. It's complete RNG.
Well, that's pretty much you could say that with any epic that you go against. You hear about people like we were just mentioning. You log on, oh, the guy's up, I'll kill him. That was how I started my epic. There is a guy in the zone right over to our left, actually, the lake where that blue flame tower is.
Oh yeah.
There's a cave under there that they added, and there's a goblin.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah, there's a goblin down there that you got to kill. His spawn timer, I think, is something like 12 or 14 hours. Or maybe it might be only 2 hours. I forgot what it was. It's not too bad, but it's not the greatest in the world. And you got to be underwater to fight him because, or maybe not to fight him, but at least to pull him because the whole thing is underwater. I happened to be going through the zone. I think I was traveling to Kazakh or something like that to res a friend, and a couple of guys really, doing I guess a who all in the zone. They saw that I was in there and I was level 50 I think at the time, and they're like, "Are you in here for your epic?" And I'm like, no, I'm just kind of passing through. And they're like, oh, because he's up, you want us to help you kill him? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I was actually never going to do my epic because it seemed too hard, and I wasn't in a guild at the time, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to do the high-end guys, but they were just like, yeah, we're already pulled them for you, meet us over here, and they were just sitting there killing them for me. I got the piece. They took me to the next piece, which actually is in that zone as well, and before long, I had like 7 or 8 pieces for the quest, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to finish it. And I actually did finish it. So, the kindness of just strangers asking for that. But that's, it came down to luck. I happened to have a luck of the draw of passing through that zone at the right time with the right people.
And of all the epics, I think, honestly, the Cleric epic's probably the biggest game changer.
Oh, I think for raids. I mean, come on. Without it in a raid, you can still get away with it, but it's so slow, man. I mean,
We were having issues in the zone, and we were getting wipes left and right, and battle res, man, pick them up. We had enough clerics on hand with their epics. We had, I think, five epic clerics with us, and they were just popping people up like they were daisies.
yeah. I mean, it's still a 10-second cast. Don't get me wrong that it still takes a little while, but it doesn't take, I think, 35% of your power anymore to cast that. And of course, that changes depending on how much mana you have overall. But even a top-end cleric probably still will take a bubble of his power, and it's a bubble of power that he could be using to cast maybe 3 complete heals. So, oh, Blackwing is back up again.
Yeah, he was up top earlier. Let's leave him alone for now.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing to get. It definitely comes in handy, but as far as it changing the game for being able to kill mobs faster and things of that sort, I definitely think that some of the other classes out there have the
mage one is so nice for that.
The warrior epic is a big pain.
Yeah, warrior epic's a pain because of the scales.
But it looks cool. It looks cool.
Yeah.
The lifesavers that pop open, and you can have a one-handed one or a dual-handed or a two-handed one. I mean, it really is just it was one of the first items I ever saw in the game that actually had an illusion to it. They had lights on the weapons and stuff.
An effect.
Yeah.
An effect, right.
And so it always stood out. You saw the warrior running by, and you're like, I never really wanted to play a warrior, but I would see him run by, and I'd be like, I might start a warrior.
I want that.
Right? I just want the weapon.
My son saw it, and he was like, oh, there's Jedi.
Right.
Not so much. So I'm like, yes, you're right, but no.
Yeah, pretty close, though. I mean, at that point, you really are just a massive pain to the enemies. You just cannot die very easily, and you can get up there pretty strong, so I don't know.
I am partial to my Skittle stick. I love it.
It's awesome, man. I mean, and they work for it, but it's just all the epics, they add something. I believe every class will. I don't know about the ranger, to be honest. Rangers kind of get left out in the cold on a lot of things, but
their epics are nice.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
The haste effect on one, and the other one's a slow effect, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's instant death if you proc too soon. Hodios, I think the guy's name is, one of our rangers in our guild. We were fighting in Kale, clearing Vivendi, and this dude went down like a sack of potatoes off one of the prophets, and nobody knew why. And he starts laughing in chat and saying that his sword procced.
It doesn't surprise me that the developers would give the rangers a weapon that is awesome, but then would kill them immediately if it actually worked. That just seems like right up the alley of rangers, fate in this game. But
yeah,
it definitely, it's nice to know that he had a sense of humor, because you can't play a ranger if you don't have a sense of humor about death. That's gonna happen to you. I mean, how do you guys still do it in this game as far as raids go, where they're your sacrificial lamb? Like, we need a harm touch taken. Ranger, go up there. Right?
Yeah, go eat a death touch.
Yeah, that's your lot in life, guys, because basically they're saying your class is the worthless one in the group. Like, it's not worthless, it's just not as valuable as everybody else's in the game.
Yeah, so, the mage has more value.
Yeah, anybody has more valuable than you do at that point, basically. So you get to eat that harm touch, but it's funny though. Like, it's if you embrace that, it's one of the funniest things in the world to see.
ZK. Aftermath does that.
Yeah.
Every guild does that. Where's our ranger? We can't do this without the ranger. Why not? Somebody's got to eat it.
There's a hill giant right there coming right towards us.
Get him. On my way back.
Let me see if I can root him. So slow. Yeah, I think everybody does that, to be honest. There he is. He's rooted.
All right. I'm almost there.
And slowed.
Don't forget to loot your giant Chupa.
Thank you, sir. I will be right there. I'm going to loot him before I actually start fighting this guy.
Yeah, I got 30-something off of my last one, so they're going up a little bit. Going up.
Man, I better be getting good something.
Yeah, this guy has fine steel on him, so. Or the new one does.
Doobie-doo. Garbaje.
No, nothing?
22 gold.
Oh my god, yeah, these... Somebody didn't get their allowance this year, man.
I think these giants are being little racist. Just saying. They don't like the Lizzies.
It could be. You know, Lizzies don't get a lot of love from a lot of the classes or a lot of the races out here.
Don't. I'm gonna take his toenail out. Don't give me the toe.
Did you play a lizard on the in the old days, or is that something you want to try this time around?
This time around I went with evil races if I could. Obviously, Chupa can't be an evil race. I mean, there's no evil druids. I guess I could roleplay an evil druid if I wanted to, the maniacal little halfling. But
Right. They shoulda-
so on live, I was a erudite mage, and then when Lukeland dropped, I did a Bashir Beast Lord. Don't hate me.
You know, I really don't have anything against Beast Lords being in the game. The thing I had against Beast Lords most of all was that they were just OP. They needed to be nerfed like right off the bat, and the game devs knew that, and they eventually kind of did nerf them a little bit, but it still wasn't enough. And the class itself was designed to be OP. Like how can you take away everything you gave that class to be? You know, you couldn't. And
Yeah, they were from get go. I mean, you have a pet class who
A
can
monk.
up their pet, who can slow, and who can haste, and who is basically a monk.
Yeah, everything. Take the best classes in the game and let's just mash them together in one class, and then be like, they're gonna be okay. They're gonna fit in with everything else as well. They didn't fit. Everybody wanted one, and they were just like, okay, Beast Lords rule, and everybody else is dead. You know,
And
you just
the pets destroyed mage pets.
yeah, they destroyed
Just
everything.
wrecked them.
I remember entire groups running around of nothing but Beast Lords.
And
Like,
the epic was stupid easy.
yeah, I think at that point they had already gone to a little bit on the easy mode on some of that stuff, but I don't know. I think the idea of a Beast Lord, of a cat race kind of thing, does fit in. I have no problem with that. I just think that the pets needed to be nerfed. They needed to be less than a shaman pet because, you know, they were already a monk class anyways. Keep the monk class going because that's kind of a cool idea, but they need to do less damage than a monk. I think they need to do less damage than all three of those classes so that when you add all three classes together, you don't become overpowered.
Right, a true hybrid versus just, I mean,
Yeah, I think they just did like a pure class of all three and then just kept them pure, even though they were like a mix. So,
yeah, it's very true. ZK just put a good point in chat there. Cleric cast an AGO on a max level Beast Lord pet, and they just wreck face.
that's ridiculous. I think that's yours, ZK, because I just got one a minute ago. Yeah,
I enjoy my Beast Lord though. I played the Beast Lord and the Mage together and would go and farm stuff, and that's how I got his epic. I just dueled it.
yeah. I mean, you know, it is what it is. But I like the city. I like the area that they started in. I think that was kind of a cool little area, and not really a big fan of the moon, the Luckland or whatever. But yeah,
Some of the zones are cool, just not overall.
yeah. I think they had lost their mojo at that point. Somebody was saying that it was who was it that did the first 2 years? Variant
Of the game?
Yeah, Variant. Yeah.
Vermont variant, whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it went with Sony, and then Sony got a new team, and every so often they would pick a new team to kind of come in, new director and stuff like that, and it would kind of change directions. It's almost like if you watch the Harry Potter movies, that first Harry Potter movie, actually the first two I think has a unique look to it, and then they changed for like the third and the fourth one, and then they changed yet again and got even more gritty and stuff. So it's the same thing with video games. You know, you get somebody in there with a new vision of where they think it should go. Not necessarily it's wrong. It's just a different vision, and it changes the game for you. So
Incoming giant, fellas.
nice. Was there an expansion out there that you guys really liked that maybe was kind of overlooked that you know obviously won't be in this one, but something that you wouldn't mind playing again?
I love Planes of Power.
The whole thing, or just a little bit of it?
As much as I could see, I didn't see the end of Planes of Power. Pop was one of those things where I didn't have as much time. And the thing I like about it, though, is a lot of people hated it, but having to get keyed for the different content.
Oh, I love that. That's back to like the roots of having to earn what you get. You can't just go into any place.
Right, you had to earn it all the way through, and somebody made a map of attunement for Pop, and the way that you had to get attuned for each area, it looked like some pirate map that was drawn when someone was tripping on acid. It was really bad. But that's the price you had to pay.
Yeah.
You want to get the fat loot, you got to put the time in and get the keys. And it wasn't that the keys were difficult; it's just a long process.
The one thing I did like about Plane of Power, and there's actually a few zones in there that I liked quite a bit. I hated the teleport things, but that's a whole nother topic. The one thing I did like that I wouldn't mind them putting back in the game were the key rings. You know, that you didn't have to carry every single key with you. That is, it's interesting, but at the same time, there's so many keys in this game that if you have to do that, either half your bank is filled up with keys or half your inventory is filled up with keys that you just have to have on you at all times, and that's just, it gets to the point where it's too ridiculous.
I remember there were certain planes that I liked in Planes of Power. There was the one with the tribunal, the ones that the barbarian god worships. That was a fun fight.
Oh, Tribunal, Plane of Justice.
Yeah, Plane of Justice. There's the Metaculous one. There's, Plane of Disease, Plane of Fire.
Disease, Innovation. Innovation was really nice. I liked that one a lot.
Justice and Innovation, I think I spent the most time in on those.
Yeah, there was a lot of different planes that I liked, but Planes of Power was fun, but there were certain things I didn't like about Planes of Power. I just I didn't like I never really did any of the raiding content, but except for the Tribunal fight, but I did do a lot of the soloing in different planes and, grouping and stuff like that. So that's what I liked about Planes of Power.
I think the planes would be perfectly fine if they integrated them into this game. I think as long as they didn't do the Plane of Knowledge. Like, leave Plane of Knowledge out completely and just put a way to get into the Plane of Innovation and the other planes and stuff like that. Of course, a lot of the quests would have to be rewritten, obviously, but...
oh, crap. Was this my giant?
It doesn't matter, man.
Alright. I guess I won't loot the next one, then. It only had 3 platinum on it.
Corrupted Hill Giant. I'll leave you alone, sir.
Is he too high?
He would wreck my face.
That corrupted hill giant's level 40 exactly, but he's a placeholder for Brugge.
He's also he's an undercon too. I mean, he hits hard and fast. He's for the Druid Epic.
I like the undercons though, man. The undercons definitely add a little spice into the game.
Speaking of undercons,
level 1.
Yeah.
Level 1 undercon. There you go, man. Yeah. There's your shout out.
He's a great YouTuber, man. I love watching his videos. Him and Dalen75, Flats. They're all really good. If you guys like watching, EverQuest videos, those of you who are watching mine right now, definitely check those guys out. They've been doing it a lot longer than I have, and they produce some really good stuff. Super Bits and Bob is another one that I want to give a shout out to. He doesn't do videos as much as I would like, because I really like his videos, but he does them as much as he can, and I appreciate that, because he doesn't have to do any videos. I mean, they're not really getting paid the big bucks for doing the videos. They do it because they love doing them, so...
Yeah,
he was playing a game called Shards of Light. That I was watching a video series that he's doing, and it looks like a really cool game. And I don't know if you guys have been keeping up on his videos with that series, but it's a really good series. If you guys should check it out, it's one of those old school tech-style RPGs for the computer, man.
Right. Yeah, I like the old school ones. What were you gonna say about Flats, Chupa?
Yeah, you mentioned Flats, and he was the reason why I actually made my my monk. Watching his videos, I was like, I made a monk on live, but I never really got him going too much.
Yeah.
I think I got him up to like level 30 flying kick, and I stopped.
He's
the reason I made Whirling Fist as well.
Yeah.
He's actually one of the first YouTubers I had seen after I got into this game, or got back into it for the very first, or for the second time.
There's that named Cyclops. Watch out, AC's coming out.
Oh, okay.
He's coming down.
Yeah, but his was one of the first. I mean, Super Bits and Bob, I think, was the first, but he was definitely close place with that. But the thing I remember most about his was his intro.
Yeah. Monkey Magic. Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was really well done. I thought about that. I was like, I'm doing videos, and holy crap, here's this guy. He's doing videos for Everquest as well, and he has like this professional intro of, his monk going off into the sunset, and like this really cool music, and the guy's doing dances. I'm like, this is really good. It just, go ahead.
It catches your eye, man.
Yeah, and it just kind of showed me like where I wanted to be one day, to be able to produce content as good as that. Like I really appreciated the work that he was putting into it, and it just it kind of struck home with me. Although you guys told me later on, he had to get rid of that music because it was copyrighted, and he just kind of
Yeah.
got rid of the intro altogether. And so he stopped doing videos there for it seemed like a good few months. But
Yeah. Well, he was taking a break, man.
Yeah, he had real life come up and work and stuff like that. So he had different things going on. He's playing again. He's on right now, as a matter of fact.
oh, really?
Yeah, he's on right now on his monk.
Oh, cool. Yeah, then Flats, man, give you a big shout out because, I absolutely loved your videos. I still do when you put them out, and I can't wait to see more of them, man.
Yeah, I can't wait to do the videos again with you, man. I mean, you wanted to do it. I mean, we did do it when I was on my monk. You were on your cleric, and we were there with Bassman. But yeah, man, we should get together in a Skype chat and get these videos going, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Their runs with their Sunday night runs are pretty entertaining. I watch it on Twitch every once in a while with them and Baseman, and I think Zentil was there last week as well.
Yeah.
CK knows who that is.
Yeah, I do. I know a lot of people on this server, man.
Zentil's a good guy, man. That's my boy.
Yep.
Yeah, I think ZK here is the guy who knows like every YouTuber on this server. He
Yeah, pretty much, man.
he definitely connects us all together, which I can't give him enough credit for and enough thanks because I've met some really good people because of ZK here, and the community here on the game is absolutely amazing. I know we talk about that a lot, but to be honest, guys, I am constantly blown away at just the quality of people in this game. I mean, I play a lot of games. If you guys check out my channel, you'll know I'm doing, I don't know, like 30-something games right now, and I've done just tons of them in the past as well. Out of all the games I have ever played in my entire life, the community on this server is by far, hands down, better than any of them. So,
Oh yeah, I agree, man. And the thing is about the YouTubers, AC Gamer, is that there's more and more up and comers every time, man. I mean, there's the RPG girl that she just started Everquest, so I mean, just stuff like that. There's more and up and coming YouTubers that are playing Everquest and playing other games that are really good too. So I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't just talking about the YouTubers. I mean, yeah, the YouTubers here are fantastic as well, but just the
People in
community.
general.
Yeah, I mean, they're all just really, really nice. There's only been, I think, less than a handful so far in my experience on this game that have been jerks, but you're gonna kind of see that a little bit more as you get higher and higher level. There's gonna be a lot more contested areas, people moving into people's groups when they wipe and raids. This that kind of stuff that is going to happen. You're gonna kind of see the darker side of the pixelation.
Pixel wars are real.
Yeah, they're definitely
Yeah.
out there. So just kind of be prepared for that. It's gonna happen, but
it's especially on Red, man. It's real bad on Red. I
Well-
hate to say that. I hate to say that, man, but it really is. I mean, they're literally PvP for hours over one dragon, man.
it's red. Like that's what you're
yeah.
playing it for. Red is like let me eat your dog, and then that dog will eat somebody else, and
You need to come in there knowing that, and you'll be fine. But if you come in the red thinking that it's gonna be hunky dory, you're in for a world of hurt.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
sure.
like with any class. If you chose a melee class, and then you're not ready to die all the time, you get upset when you die. You chose the wrong class, guys. You're gonna die a lot as a tank, as any tank. And that's your lot in life, is to die. And hopefully you have a friend who's a cleric who could res you and you get that experience back. But, you got to be prepared for that. And if you are, the game is fun. If you're not, then, yeah, you're going to be miserable the whole time. So, but guys, I think we're going to go ahead and end this episode here. I do want to thank you all for coming out and joining us. If you do enjoy these videos, be sure, hit that like button, subscribe. But more than that, guys, if you're watching on my channel, go check out ZK. He's on ZKP99.
Yep.
You want to tell them a little bit about what they might find on your channel?
Just the same old. I know that some of you guys have been asking me about my new tag. Forsaken and Asgard did merge, and that's the story of that. And we're kicking butt right now, so I mean there's that. But yeah, I'm gonna be uploading a lot more raid footage and a lot more grouping footage as well, and what I can and can't do for different games and stuff. Because I know like Nestarius WoW doesn't allow me to do that, and so I mean there's that as well. So I mean just come check out my channel. Come check out AC Gamers Thooms, or whoever's channel you're watching on. I mean, there's each have different kinds of different channels and different content and stuff. There's a lot, so come check us out.
And guys, we also have Chupo with us tonight.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Just want to give one quick shout out. I mentioned him earlier, Zentio. Great guy. Helped me out quite a bit. You're my boy.
And as always, guys, we will definitely catch you all next time.
Subscribe.
Like and favorite.